Let us now move to the next topic, that is topic number 14. It is to determine whether sequences are convergent or divergent, the different types of sequence. Now you will be given this question. Uh, this is an explicit form, a formula or explicit equation is given. All you need to do is find the terms. Find the terms starting from 1 initially. Find few terms. Over here, 8 terms are found out. How do we find the terms? Very simple. You need just to put some values of n and find the terms. Now over here, let's start with 1. Solve it, plus 12. You will get the answer, 9. And then you can just keep changing this to 2, 3, and so on. 3 over here, and you can realize the sequence is arithmetic. It's from 9, 6, 3, 0, minus 3, and so on. You're keeping on subtracting -3. That's it. Now when you need to graph this, because it's very hard for you to just look at this and tell. But yes, you can understand from here the values are just decreasing, isn't it? It just keep on going downwards. So what is that sequence? It is a diverging sequence. What does divergent and convergent mean? Convergent means it is coming close to something. It is coming like this, converging to some, becoming one basically. If two roads are converging, they keep on coming closer and they join and become the same road. They just become the same road, and wherever they go, it'll be the same road. But initially there were two separate roads and then they converge to become one. Two branches becoming one. Whereas divergent is other way around. It's two things that never comes together. They will never touch each other. One thing is just going other side and one more thing is other side. They don't have, they are never going to come together and join or become one. So over here you can see this is a divergent. It just keeps on decreasing. That's it. Even without graphing you can easily understand. So this was a divergent sequence. Now over here we have another question where we have say this one, first term, and then why the first term is given, because over here they have given a recursive formula. Recursive means you need to know the previous term to find the next one. In the last problem I told this is an explicit form. Why? Because you can use any n value and get any term. I can get a7 just by putting n as 7. But over here, can I directly get a7 in this? A7 will be equal to -12 a to the power 7 minus 1. That's what I need to know, a6 initially. Then I can find the next term. That is called a recursive, repetitive recursive. Whereas if you directly can find any term, it is explicit. Now that knowledge is required further on. But for now, we will just start solving the terms. How do you solve the terms? Very simple. They have given you the first term, so don't put this as 1. You need to start from the next term. If I need to solve for a2, it will become -12 n minus 1. That is 2 minus 1 becomes 1, so half of 1. So basically you're halving it, sorry, divided by 2, or you can just write multiply 1 by 2. I forgot the negative sign. Okay, let me just type it as it is. It is -12 multiplied by 36. Now it is 18. Next term, if you are to find the a3, you need to multiply -12 with the previous term, that is 18. But this time it will be -18. So what happens over here? It will be -18. And the answer is 9. Then you have to multiply 9. It becomes 4.5, then 2.25, and then it just reduces. So now over here, if you look at it, you will get some negative values, some positive values. That's fine. But if you plot those points, what's happening? There is a variation, huge variation. It's jumping up, down, but eventually it will come close towards 0. So we here the R value, the common ratio we got is half, isn't it? It's basically -12. So this, whenever is between 0 to 1, it will be a convergent basically. So what happens is it will come close to a single value. See over here, this is, if you keep on finding the values, it will be 0.000 some values. So It is almost corresponding to 0. Both the, it's coming to a single value basically, and we can tell it's closing on to 0. So that's why it is convergent series over here. Now we will do one more over here. It's very straightforward. You need to find the values. You can just, this is an explicit form, so just put in values. A1, put 1 over here instead of n. You'll find this. A2, put the value. You'll find a few values. Just find some random few values. And now plot them. You can see whenever there is odd numbers, it is having negative values, whereas even numbers, it is positive values. Let us plot them. Over here, now, think for a while, is it a convergent or a divergent? Because it's coming over here close to same value. It's coming to 0.2444, I guess. And over here also around that same line. So what do you think is this? If you have thought this is convergent because it's coming towards the same value, it's not coming to a single value. It's not coming towards same. Both are not coming same. They're going in different ways. They're diverging from each other. So this is divergent. Why? Because they both are not coming to the same point, whereas they are just diverting and they are in their own ways over here. So that is divergent. The sequence is divergent. Similarly, you can try this. Find in some of the values over here. The equation is given. Now what you need to do, put in the a1 and find the next term. So if you want to find a2 over here, that is 1.5 times a1, because n minus 1. So you will find plenty of values. Let me just show you. It'll be 1.5 times 4. And now for the next value, you should just change the 4 to 6. And then it'll be 9. Now, since the r value over here is more than 1, keep on finding new answers. Now I'll just change this to answer because it'll just keep on give you the new values. So what's happening? It just keeps on increasing. It's not stable. It is diverging. If you plot a graph, it just keeps on increasing like this. It just keeps on going up. This is a divergent. Same way, you need to find all the others and you will come to know what's the answers. This would be convergent, I believe, because over here you have divided by, it's half, not half, the r value. If you find values and then plot, you will come to know. So please do it by yourself and then check for the answers over here. You can graph them and then easily find which is divergent and convergent. So this is it. Don't worry about, oh, this is a big equation. No, it's very simple. All you need to do is find the terms, find at least 6 to 8 terms, and then you will get a better picture. Just don't find 4 values and tell, okay, I know this. No, find some values, maybe 8 to 10 values or at least 6 values, and then you will get an idea. If you just plot the points, you can briefly understand what is the graph, and then you can tell what is convergent and what is divergent. Solve them by yourselves and then check for the answers over here. That's the end. If you have any doubts, please put them in the comment section, and in the next video we will go to the topic number 15.